The NBA is no easy place to get to, and making it to the Hall of Fame is even harder. But today we're going to be covering every current NBA player who I believe will make the Hall of Fame on every single team. Today we're going to be doing around half of the NBA, and part 2 will cover the rest. So let's get to it. For the Atlanta Hawks, I got Trae Young. Now, Trae Young is a very young player in the NBA, and if his career was to end right now, he would definitely not be making the Hall of Fame. But I do predict he will make the Hall of Fame. I think he will be a superstar for years to come. Multi-time All-Star, maybe a champion, and maybe even an MVP in the mix. And I think he'll make the Hall of Fame for sure. And you might be thinking, why am I picking a young player? I think this should be like older players in the league. I'm also predicting who I think will make the Hall of Fame. Now, if it's like a rookie, like when we get to the Pistons or something, spoiler alert, I did not pick Cade Cunningham because he literally just had one season in the NBA. I'm not saying he's going to make the Hall of Fame. I'm not going to say like Chet Holmgren is going to make the Hall of Fame when he hasn't even played an NBA game yet. I'm saying like players who've, been in the NBA for a little bit now. I think they'll be a superstar for years to come, like Trae Young, and eventually make the Hall of Fame. And of course the older guys who have obviously solidified themselves as Hall of Famers already. And that's basically it. I'm not going to be predicting rookies or anything, or players who haven't even played a second in the NBA yet. For the Boston Celtics, I got Jason Tatum. Tatum has solidified himself as an elite scorer since day one, and as of late solidified himself as a great, amazing two-way player. Besides the finals itself, he was going insane, going against insane competition as well, and just going crazy on defense and offense. And with him still being a very young player, I definitely predict an NBA championship or more in his future. Possibly MVP, all defensive teams, all NBA teams, all stars for sure. I think he has Hall of Famer written all over him. For the Brooklyn Nets, I got Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. You might be thinking LaMarcus Aldridge and Blake Griffin should also be on here. As I'm recording this video, they're still free agents, so I'm not putting him here for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm just having Kevin Durant and Kyrie. But later in the video, I will have a few honorable mentions who are currently free agents and not on an NBA team right now, if you're wondering. But Kevin Durant is a Hall of Famer. I don't think I need to explain that. One of the greatest scorers, versatile scorers we've ever seen in the game. Multi-time champion, All-NBA, All-Star, just incredible player for many, many years now. And I don't think I gotta explain much more. Kyrie, of course, an NBA champion ever since 2016, and then left, went to Boston. That's kind of rocky, and then been in Brooklyn. His first couple years pretty nice, and then it's gotten rocky towards the end. But Kyrie Irving has played himself, an elite talent, one of the most versatile, best handles we've ever seen in the game, one of the most versatile scorers we've ever seen, has one of the most complete bags we've seen, and can basically score on you whenever and wherever. For the Charlotte Hornets, I have no one as of right now. LaMelo might make it, but I think it's kind of too early to tell. His first 2 seasons were pretty good, actually. I kind of think at some points, I don't know if this is a hot take or anything, he was kind of overrated at times. But I mean, LaMelo Ball had the hype coming into the NBA, with his whole high school background and everything. So, I mean, understandably, he was very hyped coming into the league and hyped up now he is in the league. But I'm not sure if I see Hall of Famer in his future. Who knows? I might be wrong. But I just believe it's too early to tell for LaMelo. For the Bulls, I have DeMar DeRozan. DeMar might be a controversial pick. I don't know if that's a hot take to put him up here. DeMar has always been an elite scorer for many, many years now with the Raptors, Spurs, and now Bulls. He's made the playoffs for a majority of his career. In the playoffs, that's kind of where it gets shaky for him and his stats and everything. But for a regular season, he's a very good player. Can score on you at will. His only weak side is basically his defense and three-point shooting, which he makes up on his other strength, which is, mid-range finishing. His playmaking got incredible in San Antonio. I know as a Spurs fan, I've seen him playmaking, averaging like 6 to 8 assists per game. DeMar transitioned his game so much into a more playmaking style, made him much more of a threat offensively, and I believe he's a Hall of Famer. For the Minnesota Timberwolves, I have Kevin Love. K-Love is an NBA champion from 2016 and a 4-time Eastern Conference champion, and with the Timberwolves, he's a multi-time All-Star, And not a lot of y'all know because Caleb never really won many games with the Timberwolves back in the day, but he was an amazing rebounder, one of the best rebounders in the league at the time. He was an incredible scorer. He changed his game to fit today's era and put in the three-point shot in his mid-range game and everything. But Love has done a lot in his career, and I think he deserves this Hall of Fame spot. For the Dallas Mavericks, I have Luka Doncic. I might make a whole video on Luka in the future. I don't know exactly what about, but he is so gifted offensively. It is ridiculous. Luka can score on you from anywhere on the court, and when I say anywhere, I genuinely mean that. He can step back three on you from way beyond the arc. He can shoot catch and shoot. He can shoot some mid-ranges, post up, post fades, finish at the rim, floater over your center. He can literally do everything. His playmaking is incredible. He'll find you if you're open from the corner, if you're open for a lob, you're open across the court, he will find you. Luka also, when put around shooters in a nice lob target, is basically unguardable. He'll find any shooter that's open when he's double teamed. And on top of that, he's literally one of the best playoff performers ever. Defense is only a real weak side, but who cares when he literally does everything I just listed offensively. For the Denver Nuggets, I have the back-to-back MVP Nikola Jokic. Jokic is one of the best, if not the best, center playmaker in NBA history. He can find anyone that's open. He will find you on back cuts, everything. He can also score at will, basically. He can shoot from three, post up, post fades, post hooks. It's just incredible. The two-time MVP probably already has a Hall of Fame career if he just stops right now. I don't think he would be first ballot, but maybe a Hall of Famer. But definitely when his career is over, he'll be a Hall of Famer, first ballot, I believe. And he's still got a lot to offer with him being very young still. For the Detroit Pistons, I have nobody as of right now. Cade Cunningham, like I said earlier, is not a Hall of Famer in my eyes yet. I think it's way too young in his career to predict that. I think it's kind of unfair to the players to predict them being Hall of Famers after their rookie season. Now, if I wanted to put a hot take on here or something just to get clicks, I probably would say Cade Cunningham, but I just think it's unfair, and who knows, I hope he does prove me wrong, and he has a skill set to be a Hall of Famer, but as of right now, I'm not sure. If you think so, put it in the comments below though, I'm interested. For the Golden State Warriors, I have just their big three: Stephen Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green. Steph Curry is literally the greatest shooter of all time. Top 2 point guard of all time. Whether you think he's 2 or 1, put it in the comments below. I'd like to see your argument for him being over Magic or below Magic. Steph is an elite scorer, elite playmaker. Literally, like, what more can you ask from a point guard at this point, except for his defense not always been there, but as of late he's actually been a way better defender, best I've seen from him ever. But Steph Curry, I don't really think I gotta explain that much. But his splash brother Klay Thompson, literally also one of the best shooters of all time. Some might argue he's second behind Curry. Has been a great defender for the majority of his career, except for this past season when he came back from injury and everything. Pretty understandable why he's not the defender he once was, but still has it offensively. Draymond Green does not have what I just named off for Curry and Klay offensively, but Draymond has the defense and is one of the main reasons why the Golden State Warriors are still a dynasty today. His defense is so impactful on the court, even though he's a small power forward or center, whatever you want to call him, a small big. And his grit he brings to the team is very important, and his playmaking for Steph, Klay, and basically anyone else on the court has been so pivotal in what made the dynasty of the Golden State Warriors continue and flourish throughout the years. And to put the cherry on top with this big three, all 4-time champions as of a couple months ago, I think without a doubt all 3 of these guys are Hall of Famers. Like Detroit, the Houston Rockets have nobody. I think it's too young to tell for any of these players. They're literally all young. I think it's, like I said earlier, unfair to call them Hall of Famers or future Hall of Famers when they haven't even gone through their sophomore season yet. For the Indiana Pacers, I also think they have no Hall of Famers as of right now. For them, I just think they don't have that incredible talent or talent that I think will flourish later on. I mean, Tyrese is very, very good. All-star, I think he can be, but not a Hall of Famer. For the Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, I think, is without a doubt a Hall of Famer, 2-time champion, one of the best playoff performers I've ever seen, and one of the best two-way players I've ever seen as well. For the second player I have for the Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard's sidekick in action, Paul George. PG-13 has been one of the best perimeter defenders throughout his career, one of the best scorers throughout his career, has grown his game where he's just been, you know, so versatile offensively. He can score basically anywhere on the court. His playmaking has gotten better throughout the years, and he's basically unguardable when he's on fire. His crossovers and step backs and everything always get him open. He's pretty tall, small forward, power forward, or even call him. He even played shooting guard, I believe, with Kawhi on the court. And with him at shooting guard, he basically towers over everybody. And him defensively, big body, he will keep you in front of him at all times. And offensively, with that same big body, will outmuscle you in the paint, outmuscle you in the post. And three-point shot is nice, mid-range shot is nice. Paul George is that guy. Now, some honorable picks I have that are free agents as of right now. That's why I didn't have them on the teams that they were on last year. I have Andre Iguodala, Rajon Rondo, Lou Williams, and Blake Griffin. Now, Andre Iguodala, four-time champion, like the big three I just mentioned earlier, has been one of the best, scorers and defenders in the league. Not as of late, but during his prime and everything. And his longevity really helps him in this argument as well. I think Andre Iguodala, without a doubt, is a Hall of Famer. Rajon Rondo is also, without a doubt, a Hall of Famer in my eyes. Multiple-time champion, multiple-time All-Star. One of the best playmakers in the past couple decades. Consistently been that as well. Consistently been a great defender as well. Playoff performer. Without a doubt, a Hall of Famer in my eyes. Lou Williams, one of the best, if not the best, sixth man ever. I don't think so. I think Manu's the best sixth man ever. A little bit of bias because I'm a Spurs fan. But Lou Williams has argument. He's also been a very good player for many, many years now. As of right now, he doesn't have a job, but I think if he does get one in the NBA, he will be very impactful for whatever team he goes on. He literally has the most bench points ever and most bench assists ever. That's pretty hard to argue he's not a Hall of Famer. Last but not least for the video, I got Blake Griffin. Blake was extremely dominant with the Clippers back in the Lob City days, and basically unguardable when he was in his prime. Now later on, when injuries started coming up and he started to slow down athletically, he started to transform his game, and around that time was when he went to Detroit, and he still was an all-star with them, still averaging 20 plus, and he didn't even have his athleticism like before. Very impressive what Blake's been able to do from, slasher, dunking on everybody, super athletic, catching lobs and dunking and everything, to more of a slower pace, three-point shooter, mid-range shooter. He can play make a little bit, but it was very impressive what he was able to do. I think his longevity has also helped him a lot in this argument. I think he's a Hall of Famer. If you enjoyed part 1 of listing off every team's Hall of Famer as of right now, hit the like button down below, subscribe button, notification bell. I've also appreciated all the love and comments and likes and everything y'all have been showing. Appreciate it very much. And if you agree or disagree or are on the fence with what I'm saying in this video, put it down in the comments. Let's have a conversation. Be respectful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.